All right, let's talk about one of the biggest questions out there right now. How do you actually get a job in tech? I want you to forget everything you think you know because we are about to bust a huge myth wide open and show you the real path in.
Welcome to Super Courseva. Unlock the secrets of the internet and master computer networking. Let's dive in.
So let's just get right to it. Does this sound familiar? This idea that if you don't have a fancy, expensive computer science degree, the doors to places like Google are just locked forever? Well, what if I told you that's just not true? First up, we have to talk about the single biggest thing that holds so many amazing people back from even trying. We're going to dive into what I like to call the great IT myth. And this, right here, just lays it out so perfectly. On one side, you've got the myth that you have to be some kind of math wizard or a CS grad to even think about a career in IT. It's super intimidating, right? But the reality? It's so much more hopeful. It's not about being a genius. It's about being a curious problem solver. It's about liking puzzles. And look, this isn't just some feel-good platitude. This is a hard number. An engineer at Google actually revealed that a full 50%, that's half, of the people in their IT department don't have a traditional tech background. Just let that sink in for a second. Half of them. So if they're not all CS grads, who are these people? Well, they're people from all walks of life. They're former teachers who are amazing at explaining complicated things simply. They're drama majors, you bet, who are masters of communication. History majors who know how to dig and find answers. And chemists who get process and procedure. The point is, their skills come from everywhere. And that's the big takeaway here. Your background, your major, what you did before, it just doesn't define your future in tech. What really, really matters is your mindset. Can you look at something that's broken and have the patience to figure out why it's broken? That's the key. Okay, so if the degree isn't the magic ticket, then what is? What are the actual skills that are going to get you hired and help you build a career? Let's break down the real skill set you need to be working on. You know, it really boils down to two core skills, and they're probably not what you think. First, connecting with people. Seriously, when someone's computer isn't working, they're stressed out. Your job is to help them without making them feel dumb. And second, this thing called decomposition. It sounds all technical, but it's really just the ability to break a huge, scary problem into tiny, manageable pieces. Yeah, decomposition. At its heart, it's just the art of not panicking. It's about looking at a complete and total mess and having the confidence to say, okay, where's the first place I can start? What's the smallest, tiniest thing I can check right now? I mean, think about it. This is the perfect example. Your internet goes out. You don't immediately start taking apart your modem, right? No, you start small. Step 1, don't panic. Step 2, is the cable plugged in? Yep, okay. Step 3, are the lights on the router blinking like they should? Yep, okay. Step 4, let me check my provider's website to see if there's an outage. See? You're just solving one tiny problem at a time. And now we get to the most important part. How do you actually learn this stuff? Well, you can forget the textbooks for a minute. The absolute best way to learn how to fix things is by breaking them on purpose. So yeah, I'm giving you homework. Because reading about troubleshooting is fine, but you don't really learn it until you get your hands dirty, until you feel that little jolt of panic when something you're in charge of just stops working. So here are 2 little experiments you can try in your own personal lab. First, the Wi-Fi test. Go into your home router settings, change something important, and break your own internet. The real challenge? Fixing it before anyone else in the house notices and starts yelling. Or, for a safer option, set up a virtual machine. It's basically a computer inside your computer, a safe little sandbox where you can go totally wild, delete system files, mess everything up, and then see if you can bring it back to life, all with zero real-world risk. And this is exactly why this whole method works. A system that's running perfectly doesn't teach you anything. It's boring. But a system that's completely broken, that forces you to dig in, to investigate, to really understand how it all fits together. Trust me, chaos is a much, much better teacher than theory. Okay, so you've done the homework, you've broken things, and you've hopefully fixed them. Now for the final and most crucial step, the litmus test. This is how you'll know if this path is actually for you. It all comes down to this one simple question. After you've spent hours pulling your hair out trying to fix that thing you destroyed, when you finally get it working again, how do you feel? And I mean really pay attention to that gut reaction, that first emotion you feel. Because your reaction is going to tell you everything you need to know. If your first thought is, ugh, thank goodness that's over. I never want to do that again. That's a pretty clear sign. This probably isn't the career for you. And hey, that is totally okay. But if you get that little jolt of excitement, that feeling of, yes, I did it, I figured it out, well then, congratulations. Welcome to IT. Because in the end, this is the whole secret. The technical stuff, the code, the commands, all that can be learned. That's actually the easy part. The one thing you can't teach is that genuine excitement, that little spark you get from solving a tough puzzle. That's what really matters. So the only question you really need to ask yourself is, do you enjoy the puzzle?